Pushed to their boiling points, 3 female co-workers devise a plan to get even with the sexist, egotistical, lying, hypocritical bigot they call their boss by conspiring to take control of their company. But along their musical way, they learn that when working together, there's nothing they can't do, even in a man's world. 9 to 5, the musical, is about teaming up and taking care of business. Joining me today to talk about this great show, opening November 9th at the Arts United Center, are director Dianne Shaw and actress Aimee Lackey. And I must say, in full disclosure, these are 2 of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I directed these ladies in a recent production of the Full Monty for the Civic Theatre, which was a few years ago when we were a little younger. Yeah. But we had a good time.
A little more energy.
A little more energy. We had to have energy. Well, welcome to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Dianne, I guess I didn't know you had a directing background when you were in the cast of Full Monty.
Well,
you studied it.
I did.
Apparently.
I studied. That was my major, theater major. So a component of it is directing, of course.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to direct, but I would still call myself an aspiring. Well, I can't call myself an aspiring director, but that's what I've been. And I'm really excited about the Civic Theatre. They've given me some opportunities. My first one was in 2011 with the Playwrights Festival.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I did the third.
It's such a great festival.
Yeah,
it's really important.
Wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful for the writers and for us too, who are really trying to get our chops into directing as well, plus the actors. So, and then last year was just the biggest of all was Dreamgirls, and I was really excited.
I mean, you go from
what was it, Reader's Theater?
Reader's Theater to 9 to to Dreamgirls.
To a huge production,
which was hugely successful.
Yeah,
you did a beautiful job.
Thank you very much. And 9 to 5 is just really a nice return for me. To Fort Wayne, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, you did leave for a while.
Yeah,
I think shortly after Full Monty.
Yes, I went to Chicago.
Chicago. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you.
Thanks.
So, what inspires you or excites you about 9 to 5?
Oh, I love it. It's I do. It's first it's all about women.
Yeah.
And
it is. That's true.
And I like to talk about the every woman of it. You know, I think that everybody that comes can relate to at least one of the women that are in the show. And if they've been in the workplace, you've got the career woman, you've got the woman who is entering the workplace although she never thought she'd have to.
Right.
And then you have the person who's very talented, but she's so cute that she's kind of sexually harassed by that. They don't look at her for her skills, but just for her outside beauty. So.
And it's a musical there was a film first, and it's written by Dolly Parton. And Dolly wrote all of the music.
She did.
She didn't write the book, though, I don't think, the story.
No,
but she wrote all of the music.
Correct.
Is it all country western then? Or
it is not.
It's not.
What a mix. Okay. It's a mix of country and western, gospel. There's some jazz, no disco.
No disco.
But wasn't in wasn't in '79.
Oh, darn.
No disco.
Oh, darn.
But all genres in there. It's really a snappy, upbeat.
Yeah.
And there's a little love story in there as well, which was not in the film.
Was not in the film.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's a couple of differences. Is that the music is really nice. It's not just 9 to 5, but it's got a really nice musical score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit familiar with it. And I was surprised that Dolly was able to write in the musical theater genre.
Yes.
You know, because there are some pieces that feel.
I shouldn't say it like that, but yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, she's written, I don't know, was it 3,000, 5,000 songs or something like that? She's sort of extremely prolific. And I'm not sure everybody is aware of that.
Yeah. So kudos to her. I mean, she's done a lot of different genres, as you say, in the film. I mean, in the play, and it's really wonderful.
There's a fair amount of dance. And that's choreographed
by Gary Lanier.
Gary Lanier, my assistant at the dean's office at IPFW. He's a fine choreographer. Well, back to Full Monty.
Yeah.
He was our choreographer for Full Monty.
Yes,
he's really talented.
Yes, I learned a lot from him in Full Monty in terms of dancing, but really very good.
Great job. Yeah. Well, Aimee Lackey, welcome to Arts Weekly.
Well, thank you for having me.
So glad you're joining me, and so glad to hear about 9 to 5, and I'm sure you're just terrific in it. Every time somebody says they need a really funny, great singer with a big voice, I think, Aimee Lackey, that's who we should be going after.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
And she's got a kick to die for. I mean, she can really get that
I know
leg up.
she can.
Yeah.
I know she can.
Got to put that kick in there.
And a husband who of has been pushing you along the whole way. He is really one of your biggest supporters.
Yes, he is.
How long have you been doing theater at Fort Wayne?
Oh, gosh. I think my first show there was 2001, roughly. But I kind of grew up performing at the Civic Theatre through the Fort Wayne Ballet Company.
Oh, okay.
So really my background is through dance, through the ballet. And
Hence the kick.
the kick.
That's
yeah.
where it came from. Ah.
I've been bound and determined to keep my flexibility and keep that kick high.
Oh,
so,
good. Good,
yeah,
good.
so that's pretty much my background. And then I just really enjoy entertaining and performing. And
You have such an incredible voice. You
Thank
really
you.
just have an instrument that is out of this world.
She does a fantastic job. She is Violet
Uh-huh.
in 9 to 5, and so it's for her to take. She takes the others under her wing, and it's
too.
really, really a fantastic
Yeah.
job that she's doing there. I was asking you to talk about whether or not you saw yourself in that role as this take charge woman, and you didn't want to talk about it, so I did.
well, I actually went into auditions thinking about the Dora Lee role.
Right. I can see that.
Yes, other
Right.
Dolly Parton.
So
role.
I just kind of had to switch gears a little bit, but
Right.
I'm loving playing Violet.
Well, you're challenged by it then.
I am
mean,
challenged by it.
Sometimes you have to play a role. If you go in casting thinking that you're this person, when you get the other role, it makes you work harder as an actress.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is for
What are
sure.
the challenges you're finding?
The music is challenging. You would think it wouldn't be. I don't know why, but the music has been challenging. There's a lot of harmony going on.
Right.
There's a lot of songs.
Right.
There's a lot of songs. But I'm the luckiest girl in the world because I get to do some dancing. I have one of my favorite numbers is One of the Boys, and that's
It's an all-out Broadway number,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is really different for the rest of the show. I mean, it just boom, it just comes right out there. It's one of those a cabaret, very much
Yeah,
a cabaret
yeah.
number.
Yeah.
She
And,
does
And
it's
it's
a
just-
big number.
Yeah,
it's
big.
just me with the guys. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just we do a couple lifts, and that's exciting. So yeah.
Kind of have to get in shape to do that show. You gotta like get
Yeah,
some.
yeah.
You gotta get your stamina.
Yeah,
up.
because I got to hold this really long note at the end, and
Yeah.
that is challenging.
I think people are surprised sometimes when they get into a show about the musical challenges, especially a show that has like all women, and then they'll have those tight harmonies that the
Very
author
tight.
will write,
Very tight.
and people are surprised at how difficult those harmonies can be. And then when you add a microphone and you add a wig and you add a costume and you add lights, and like, oh wait, they're way over there.
Yeah.
I can't get that harmony. So it takes a lot of musical preparation, and your musical director is Eunice.
Eunice Wadowitz, and she has worked very hard on the harmonies. She's very, very much a stickler that, don't just everybody, once you get out there, she's got a wonderful ear.
She has a
She
great.
does.
She has an
She
incredible
is amazing.
ear.
She is
Yeah.
amazing.
So the harmonies are very complex. The songs are difficult. Again, Dolly Parton has done a phenomenal job with making these really beautiful songs that fit right into each one of the characters. So they all have their own sense of style. So I'm loving that too.
You know, it's pretty popular around the theater scene across the country.
Has been.
Yeah, I get a magazine called American Theater Magazine, and it does a preview every year of what the summer theaters are doing across the country. And the last 2 years, 9 to 5 has just popped up to one of the top lists because it's so entertaining. You know, it's going to bring the crowds in. It's far enough away from the film that people are
Yes.
willing to come and sit and enjoy the live version of it.
I think you definitely should come. It is very lively. It's very upbeat.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I like about it is that it tells the story of, it's a period piece.
Right.
It tells the story of what was going on in 1979, which was pre-Reagan. It was just the last year of Carter. And it was also right before we started getting into all the electronics that we have. So truly the typewriters, some of the girls, we just got them yesterday, they're like, well, how do you put the paper in this? And why are you asking me?
Yeah, right, exactly. How come I look like I know how to run a
I know how to do
typewriter?
it, but truly,
Yeah.
they're the old roller kind,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so it was right before we actually really got into the technology age.
Well, aside from that, I mean, the ideas behind the play,
Yes.
the themes behind the play, the
Yes.
idea, the intro that I had about egotistical, lying, conniving, sexist boss, that's,
You don't hear about that kind of sexual harassment anymore.
well, you do, but it's normally because they're being sued.
True.
It's a legal issue,
True,
but
more legal, but
it-
at
it-
the time was not
Right.
a legal issue, and
Exactly.
difficult to prove that a pinch really made a difference.
Right.
But not only that, we bring up things like child care. One of the ladies is fired for talking about equal pay.
Right.
And so it's just very interesting. Also, women were really just getting into the workforce. So I love that about the show.
Yeah.
I just love it. It's a part of not just women's movement, but it's a part of the movement of who we are today. And I was saying, when you bring your daughters in, they're like, well, was it really like that? Absolutely. And that's the near past. That's
Right,
just a
exactly,
mere, what, 30
exactly.
And
years
that's
ago.
one of the things I think is important for people to take away from the show is how far we've come. I mean, we still have a ways to go, obviously,
Right.
but
But yeah, just imagine that there was no law against him doing some of the things
Right.
that he does.
Right.
you know?
right, right.
Oh,
And the
can't-
women just band together
Absolutely.
and they find strength in each
Yeah,
other
yes.
to make some changes to make the workplace a better place.
And you have to give, I just keep coming back to the fact that you have to give Dolly Parton some credit
Yes.
for being ahead of her time.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And being willing to put it out there.
I thought she did it in a really nice, sneaky way. So it doesn't beat you over the head. It really is a lot of fun. It's a comedy. I think it's a little more farcical, just because there are so many fantasy scenes in it on what they would do to Hart, Mr.
Right,
Hart.
right, right.
That's another one of my favorites. Our fantasies.
Fantasy.
The
Yeah.
fantasies are a lot of fun.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the particulars because we don't want to miss an opportunity to
Absolutely.
do that. When is the show's at Arts United Center downtown?
Yes.
It's produced by the Civic Theatre, and the dates are
November 9th through the 24th, and that's the weekends. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, except for the 9th. It starts on Saturday, and then the Friday, Saturday, Sunday thereafter.
and tickets. How do we get tickets to 9 to 5?
You need to call.
The box office.
You need to call the box
Yes.
office, which is 260-424-5220.
And they can also get it at Arts Tix, which is 260-422-4226.
Well, thank you for that.
422-4226. I'm cheating. I'm reading it off of a card. Anyway, 9 to 5, the musical at Fort Wayne Civic Theatre. Well, it's been terrific having you both here. I can't believe the time's gone by so fast. I can't wait to see the show. Congratulations. Welcome back to directing.
Thank you.
At
Thank you so much.
Fort Wayne.
She's
we're so
wonderful to work with.
I know. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
she is. She was wonderful to work with
Yes.
as a director and an actress.
Yeah.
So I'm a
Oh, we
little.
had a great time. We should do
little
Full
jealous.
Monty again. I
We-
think we had the best crowds.
We did have a great time. We had a great time. Dianne and Aimee, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual Performing Arts. Please tune in next time on Arts Weekly, when we'll meet Rick Cartwright, Dean of the University of St. Francis School of Creative Arts, who will talk about what's new in the arts at St. Francis. Then we'll be joined by Rick's colleague, Gallery Director Justin Johnson, to hear about this fall's lineup of exhibits. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thank you for watching Arts Weekly.